Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you perking good. So, proof video, which means yet another thing has come true here on the channel. I am really slack about making proof videos. Things come true left, right, sideways. It's hard to keep track of it all. But I had the time today. I had the time about the Karen Reed trial. The verdict came in today. And that was predicted here on the channel. And in fact, I just was looking it up. I'm like, let me write it down on my handy dandy sticky note. How long ago was this predicted? 18 days ago, which is almost 3 weeks ago. Here on the channel, we predicted what the jury verdict would be. So I am about to roll the proof here. That actually came up on the Perk Squad extended video. So I have 2 videos here on the channel about the Karen Reed trial. One, again, on June 13th, posted here. That's called, I'm looking at it over here, Karen Reed, Guilty or Police Conspiracy, ? That one is available for anybody to watch. There's plenty to watch there. It's like nearly 50 minutes long, as in 50 minutes long, almost. That one's on here. And then there was an extended video, which is almost 25 minutes long, that's on the Perk Squad, the channel membership. And this component that came true was actually over there. So for those of you who did not watch the Perk Squad extended video, everything that you're about to see here will be new to you. And there's still more to see on that Perk Squad video for people who are interested. But just to let folks know what we looked into for those who are curious. In the video, the main video that everyone has access to over there on June 13th, we looked into the nature of Karen Reed and John O'Keefe's relationship to see, was it a good, loving relationship? Did it have problems? What we predicted in there, that was later shown to be true in the trial. That was not shown in the trial at that point. Afterwards, after I filmed the video, I went back and started looking up things, and yeah, that came up quite a bit later after the reading, some of that stuff up in the trial. So that came true. Also, we asked whether or not this was a police or state cover-up, and there was a lot of juicy details that came up in that first video around that too. So if you're interested in those 2 things, go check out that video so you can find that out. But here we're gonna take a look at where it was predicted for the jury verdict. So you get to see the whole process of how I pulled the cards and we arrived at that decision here together. And I'm gonna play that now, and we will meet back here shortly. So, check it out. Y'all know that my first question that I have here is, how will the trial go for Karen? How will the trial go for the police/state? So, in terms of doing that, I'm like, to keep it under control, I'm going to do it this one way. I don't know if the way I'm about to do it is going to keep it under control or not. So that's going to be an experiment. We're going to see if this actually indeed does keep it under control, or if it still goes off the reins. Let's experiment here together. Again, how will the trial go for Karen? Let's do doot doot doot. And then how will the trial go for the police/state? Doot doot doot. Let's do it that way. So Karen, top row. Okay. Wow. And the police/state. Okay. Wow. So in terms of Karen's, the death card, that's when something ends. That's when it's like, all right, time to change and transition and move over into a new chapter, close this chapter out. So interesting. I was just like, blinking rapidly as I'm staring at the cards. Also, with the Knight of Pentacles upright, this is like a slow ride, but y'all know he's my slowest knight in the deck, but he's also my most dependable knight in the deck when he comes out in his upright position here. So this is like something that's been a long time coming, but here's the prize at the end. Here in the middle is this big jumble of the good and the bad and the ugly and the indifferent and the whatever. So it looks like the rest of the trial is going to have a mix of things for her. There's going to be things that happen here that is good for her and looks good for her. And there's going to be things in here that's bad for her and looks bad on her, about her, for her. It's going to be a mix. So for people who are like, oh, everything's going to look great and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't see that. Not for her. Or people who are like, you know, she needs to get raked to the coals. I don't see that either for her. I see this is a long time coming, a long build, but this is a positive card. And when the death card comes up here upright, I mean, that's a big period at the end of a sentence. That's a big, like, this is over, transition, whatever. So I don't know. You know, it's weird because a lot of people fear this card. This card is not in a great position, but this one is. Let's go ahead and get one more context card on this for people who fear this card. I think it's a better card to see upright technically myself, but let's just, you know. Yeah, see, when I was thinking of it as being more of a positive sign, and here we get a Three of Wands on it, which is a positive sign. It's a very similar energy, this Three of Wands, to this Knight of Pentacles, in that this is like I'm waiting here at the shore for my ships to come in, and with it being an upright position, they do come in, you know, so it's like I'm waiting, and then I get what I'm waiting for, and this here, so I don't know, this is kind of looking pretty decent for her. Just putting that out there, that looks pretty decent for her. So, interesting. Down here, though, Justice card upright, Eight of Cups upright, Strength card in reverse. Again, we're seeing that distancing. Like, you know, trying to get a distance here from me and this and that and whatever. That's weird. I mean, especially because, again, this state and the police, they are the prosecution, yeah? Those are the people that are like, I'm trying to come at you and prove this, and I'm going to take it all the way, send her to jail or whatever. So why is there a distancing? That's not like a dog coming after a bone, a dog ready to bite or whatever. That's like I'm trying to back off some kind of a way. Why would that be a passive energy or a distanced energy? There's something weird about that. I don't understand that. But I do see their Justice card coming up right, which usually is a good sign to see in terms of cases and things like that. A lot of times when we see Justice cards upright, that means, you know, them winning a trial, but hers already looked good. So I don't understand how her side here could look good, more on the positive side, and the Justice card coming up right for them, which usually suggests them winning. You can't both win, you know, because their Strength card once again is coming up in reverse. I mean, and we saw that like the entire time in the other video, they were talking about the weakness of this, and this is coming up in reverse. So distancing coming up in reverse, but yet the Justice card here. It could just mean justice will be done. Could be as simple as that. Could also mean things in balance. I don't know. Here I am being an ignoramus, but there's no way cases end where it's like stalemates, right? Where, you know, the whole balance card where, you know, nobody wins, nobody loses, stalemate. There's no way that happens. What's the version of that? Like you're either guilty or you're not guilty, right? So what would that be? Like it just be a I don't know what a neutral kind of way. I don't know why there. So I don't know if this is balance and neutrality, or if this is justice being done. But it's just weird to get it's throwing me off to get the justice card up right here for their row, and yet seeing some solid strength here for Karen's row. Let me get one on this. I got one on that. Let me get one on this. Context. Okay, we're gonna pull this one because it's out in a weird way. Ooh, attorney card maybe, because usually when we get our like King of Swords, we're talking about attorneys, attorney card in reverse, or some kind of insights, understandings, in reverse, things that we know in reverse, because that's a mental card in reverse. Again, with the whole, we're juggling things and possibly dropping the ball, you know, again with that kind of a vibe. And the World card here in reverse of it's not over till it's over. Is there a way that this can end in a way that doesn't feel over? Is that what's happening here? Is there a way that this can like end in a way where it's like, yeah, it's over, but it's not over? Alrighty, y'all. So, to be fair, for everyone that was watching that, screaming at your screen, being like, you can have a hung jury and a mistrial, dumbass. What do you mean you don't know? Guilty, not guilty. There is another option. Okay, I was not a legal buff, all right? I did not know that there was an option of a hung jury and a mistrial. That makes clear sense to me now. Glad to know that that's in my mental Rolodex and my repertoire now, so that I can spot it when I see it in the cards in the future, and I won't be so damn confused about what I'm looking at. But confused over what the option was, still came up with it. So hey, we got there in the end. So for those of y'all who are curious, we did also ask on that Perk Squad video, we asked about how did John O'Keefe pass away, and that was quite an intense one. That, because there was a hung jury and a mistrial, it's not like that one formally came out in the verdict. So I guess I can't say that what I found in the cards can be proven or disproven based on a hung jury, mistrial, not guilty, whatever verdict. Like, it's neither one. But what I will say is, since that was filmed 3 weeks ago and the trial pressed on beyond that, and lots of experts came on the stand to do like reconstructions of what happened and things like that. And it was very interesting to see what they said based on what I saw in the cards. So here's a little hint, I guess you could call it like teaser trailer or whatever, at some of the cards that came up when I asked about how John O'Keefe passed away. How did he pass away, if we're allowed to know? One side says Karen Reed backed into him with her vehicle. The side says that he may have gotten in a fight. This looks like it wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't supposed to die. He said, in terms of do I see one or the other or neither of these things here? Gotta be honest that it's weird to see these things here. Not gonna lie, in terms of what this looks like, I'll let you just my interpretation. Nail biter. So it's over there on the Perk Squad for anybody who's interested. Blue join button down below, or link in the description box for anybody that's interested. Also, a shout out to Melanie M. I like to give shout outs to people who are a part of the Perk Squad every video. So shout out to you, Melanie M. And thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here. And also for people who'd like to book a private reading, you can book a private tarot reading with me me at BeasTalksAndTarot.com. Lots of different options there for private tarot readings, private Reiki energy healing, for cleansing and clearing and all of that. Also, life coaching there. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and so blending those types of things together, we can work on life coaching together, and also tarot tutoring for people who want to learn how to read the cards the way I read the cards. So all of that's available there on BeasTalksAndTarot.com. And before we part ways, I'm going to put a B-roll video on here so we can end with some upbeat puppy shenanigans and see how we can lighten the mood here after a dizzying day of this, wild information coming out. And so, I guess we'll be back again with some other videos coming up here soon. And yeah, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me and my little teddy bear Ollie. And I will talk at you later. Bye, love me. Bye, love me. Bye, y'all. Jeez Louise. Mosh pit. Wow. In the kitchen of all places. I know you did not try to hump your brother. Excuse you. Have we finished? Was this a very short, zoomy session? Bless. Are we finished? Oh, wait. Wow, okay. Everyone else is finished. Teddy's not done picking fights, but everyone else is finished. She's gonna get mad at you for this shit. Yeah, we're all done. The whole world's finished. You're the only one. Whatever, man. You cool?